a better salesman.
And Christine
Am I
also
supposed to
said
go
you can't.
murder the better salesman because I'm so jealous that he's getting all the deals?
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Sister Wives Daily. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up before we dive into today's in-depth analysis. It really helps us to keep the content going for all of you Sister Wives fanatics out there. The long-awaited tell-all special has finally started, and viewers are hungrier than ever before for authentic answers. Though host Suki Krishnan is famous for being respectful, viewers are encouraging her to get tougher this time around. They want her to fire away the questions that have been hanging around for way too long. This season has been a roller coaster of emotions. Production was briefly suspended following the devastating news that Garrison Brown had died. It was a sad moment for all the family, and for viewers too. The show didn't pull any punches in presenting this tragedy, even going as far as broadcasting footage of Garrison's funeral. It was tough to watch it all happen, but it presented a thick layer of reality that couldn't be disregarded. But now that the tell-all is on the air, the Browns are being made to reflect on some of the toughest and most painful moments of their lives. And the fans? They're not shy. They have a list of hot-button questions, and they want Suki to pose them to them. Here are just a few of the hottest questions fans want answered. Cody, Robin has indicated that you attempted to elevate your past relationships to the same level as your relationship with her. Can you describe what that was like? Robin, do you really miss having times with your sister wives, such as just sitting on the porch with them? Or do you particularly miss Mary, Janelle, and Christine? Christine, how did you really feel about not having your daughter Gwen at your wedding? Janelle, do you ever feel guilty being on this show? Mary, fans want to know, who is your therapist, and are they taking new clients? Robin again, exactly what happened that made Janelle's sons not safe to spend time with their father or come over for holidays? And the big one, Robin, can you really empathize with where Mary, Janelle, and Christine are coming from when they're sharing their stories? These aren't throwaway questions. These are the emotional realities the fans have been holding out for years for. But the question is, will Suki even ask them? There's also the increasing call for the producers to intervene. Fans want them to provide real footage when Cody or Robin refuses something that they've said or done. They want accountability, not nice words. And if all that wasn't enough drama, there's another burning issue generating heat. Christine Brown is accused of turning into just as two-faced as Robin. Fans have complained about Christine's recent actions, particularly during the one-on-one interviews. When Cody confessed that he was too afraid to be truthful with Mary, Christine didn't say a word in defense of her. That silence was deafening, and it didn't sit well with longtime viewers. The letdown is the sense that Christine, of all individuals, ought to be able to comprehend what Mary was experiencing. Yet rather than that, she appeared to be giving Cody's dodging a stamp of approval, which many perceived as unfair and dismissive. It's left viewers wondering if Christine is gradually taking on some of Robin's more manipulative personality traits. Some fans claim Christine is constantly making backhanded remarks about Mary when she speaks about her. There is a tone that seems insincere. Her words slash both ways. Is frustration, or is there something more at play? This walking on eggshells story about Mary? Many fans are not swallowing it. They think she deserved honesty and closure, not to be treated like an issue that could not be addressed. So now the discussion has changed. Has Christine forgotten the sisterhood she once cared so much about? Is she becoming the very thing she resisted? We want your opinion. Do you believe what fans are saying? Or is Christine simply processing her own healing journey? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. We love hearing what you have to say about all of this. Thanks for listening to Sister Wives Daily. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and enable notifications so that you don't miss the next update. We'll catch you later with more drama, discussion, and deep dives. In all honesty, it appears Christine has made a lot of progress on her personal development, but there is still some work to be done. Although she has progressed in moving away from the dynamics of polygamy, moments such as this reveal remnants of that thinking still exist. Observing Christine not standing up to Mary during a vulnerable situation was disappointing. Rather than stand by her, she seemed to condone Cody's dismissal behavior, something that totally infuriated fans. Even if Christine and Mary aren't friends per se, standing up for justice and compassion shouldn't come down to who is friends with whom. When people rallied around Mary and called out Cody, Christine also seemed to blame Mary. That really didn't go over with viewers. What do you think? Is Christine exhibiting signs of being two-faced? Leave your thoughts in the comments. We really want to hear your opinion on all of this. As the wait for the Sister Wives reunion episode begins, tensions are running high and expectations running higher. Excitable fans are looking for more than the usual uncomfortable politeness. They're seeking raw truth, genuine accountability, and answers to long overdue questions. This sit down has promised to revisit some of the most strained and emotionally charged conflicts the family has endured in recent months. The host of the show has gotten kudos for navigating tough subjects gently, but now viewers are demanding something different. The word is out: enough gentle diplomacy. It's time for strong, direct questions and honest discussions about the hurt, the tensions, and the choices that have defined this family's narrative. This reunion is not all about drama, it's about closure. The last season had ended on a sad note, with the tragic loss of one of the younger members of the family. The unexpected death brought production to a halt and put a cloud of gloom over everything. What was initially a reality show chronicling the intricacies of plural marriage soon turned into a very personal account of sorrow and bereavement. The season ended with emotional goodbyes and moments of reflection that really touched the heart of the audience. For some viewers, seeing the family weep heightened their emotional attachment to the individuals whom they've grown to love over the years. But when the reunion special starts, the tone immediately changes from grieving to confrontation. Now, it is about lingering tension and accountability. Fans have taken to social media calling for the host to pose the questions lingering in the periphery for far too long. Social media has been ablaze with tweets, comments, and fan theories. Fans of the show are no longer tiptoeing around anything. They demand transparency, truth, and acknowledgement of past errors. One of the persistent requests from fans is information on Cody's continued insistence that he treated all of his wives fairly. Fans don't believe him. The emotional deficits, the uneven attention, and the discrepancies in how tasks were divided have been egregious. Folks want to know, what specifically did Cody do to ensure equity? Were they meaningful actions or empty promises? And how did the women involved perceive that alleged equality? There's also fascination with the wives themselves. One of the former wives has publicly expressed mourning a lost sisterhood. But there's a question from fans. Was she grieving the loss of a shared fantasy? Or was she just missing someone she had loved and supported? It's a nuanced but impactful distinction, and it's one that might tell us a great deal about the way each of them viewed their place in the family. In the end, this reunion could be something more than simply another episode, a moment of reckoning, one where painful wounds are reopened, but perhaps, just perhaps, some healing can finally start. Another major topic on everyone's minds centers around the absence of a key family member during one of the most joyful moments in recent family history: a mother's wedding. Weddings are usually a time of celebration, unity, and heartfelt emotion. So, when one of her daughters chose not to attend, it immediately raised questions and sparked speculation. What led to her decision to skip such a significant event? More importantly, how did the bride herself feel about her daughter's absence? Then there's the delicate issue of regret. After years of personal sacrifice and emotional labor to make this unconventional lifestyle work in front of cameras and viewers, one former wife is now being asked a difficult question. Does she ever regret agreeing to be part of this televised journey? It's a moment that cuts to the heart of her experience, one filled with both healing and heartache. Fans are also concerned about some troubling remarks made during the season, especially those regarding the safety of certain family members during the holidays. One particular comment about the perceived danger of having some adult sons over for seasonal gatherings stirred up a lot of worries online. Viewers want clarity. What exactly was meant by those words? Were there real safety issues behind those fears, or were they just misunderstandings and assumptions? The online community is also hoping the host will push the family to show more empathy towards each other. Fans want to hear a meaningful question that goes beyond defensiveness, one that asks whether each family member can genuinely appreciate the pain and perspective of those who have chosen to walk away. This isn't about placing blame, they insist. It's about recognizing feelings and fostering emotional growth. As the reunion special unfolds over multiple episodes, the pressure mounts. Viewers want more than a surface level recap. They want a deep, transformative reckoning with the truth. Some have even suggested that the producers bring back old footage during the discussion, especially in moments where family members claim to have forgotten or misremembered past events. Fans believe these visuals hold the power to unlock new levels of honesty. At the core of all this intensity lies a simple desire to witness closure, accountability, and healing happening right before their eyes. This family has become a staple in many homes, with fans investing years into following their story. Now, those fans want transparency and real emotional progress in return. Looking ahead, the big questions remain. Will the host take a tougher stance and ask the hard questions everyone is desperate to hear? Will the family members set aside their pride and defensiveness in favor of vulnerability and truth? These questions weigh heavily on the minds of longtime viewers. Speaking of longtime viewers, many have always held one woman close to their hearts, the outspoken, resilient lady who once chose to walk away from a broken family dynamic. But recent developments after the last season have left many of those same fans feeling disappointed, even betrayed. Public conversation around Christine's recent behavior has sparked a storm of opinions. Increasingly, voices are accusing her of adopting the very traits that viewers once criticized in another prominent woman on the show. What caused this shift in perception? During the recent reflective interviews, where cast members analyze and respond to the season's events, Christine's comments about another family member who has endured years of emotional uncertainty struck a nerve. Many felt her words came across as dismissive and unsupportive. In some cases, Christine even seemed to agree quietly with earlier criticisms from a former partner. This has set off alarm bells among fans and fueled ongoing debate. One moment that truly resonated with viewers was when Christine chose not to defend a woman whose former husband admitted he was too afraid to be honest about his feelings. For many watching, this was a chance for Christine to show empathy and perhaps reflect on her own experiences of feeling isolated and mistreated. Instead, Christine quietly agreed with his perspective, which made her seem unwilling to challenge a man who had long shown favoritism and emotional bias. This upset so many fans because Christine had once been seen as a symbol of breaking free from patriarchal control, a role model who chose dignity over dependence. She had built a new life, embraced her independence, and inspired others to do the same. So, seeing her seemingly dismiss the emotional reality of another woman she once called a sister wife was painful to watch. Many viewers took to social media and forums to express their shock and disappointment. One wrote, "I understand they've had issues, but to agree that he was too scared to be honest with her, that felt so low. He owed her honesty." not silence. Others said this moment revealed something deeper, a leftover competitive spirit from years spent in a lifestyle that often pitted women against each other for affection and attention. "She's clearly grown a lot," one fan explained, "but this showed she still has some growing to do. It felt like old patterns coming back." Many viewers also noticed striking similarities between Christine's behavior here and that of another woman from the family who was often criticized for manipulation, favoritism, and backstabbing. For longtime fans, seeing Christine, once the underdog they rooted for, compared to that woman was a difficult pill to swallow. It wasn't just about disagreement, it was about expecting solidarity between women who have shared the same emotional struggles. Even when two people have personal conflicts, there's a basic human need for closure, honesty, and accountability. Christine's journey isn't over. This moment doesn't erase the progress she's made. Her transformation from submission to independence has inspired many who felt trapped in controlling relationships. She has shown incredible bravery by confronting the complexities of leaving behind a deeply entrenched lifestyle, even when it's painful. But growth is never a straight line. There are setbacks, blind spots, and tough truths to face. For Christine, this may be a wake-up call that healing means not only leaving a difficult environment, but also unlearning harmful behaviors. It's a chance for redemption. Many supporters believe what matters now is how Christine responds. A sincere acknowledgement of Mary's pain and a clearer commitment to open communication could make a real difference in this ongoing family drama. Redemption stories have always been a big part of this series. The women at its heart are complex, real, and deeply human, Christine included. This moment doesn't define her, but how she chooses to move forward will. The fan community remains divided. Some stand firmly by Christine, believing she deserves grace as she continues to process years of grief and ingrained patterns. Others feel disappointed and struggle to reconcile the Christine they admired with the one who didn't stand up for a sister during a vulnerable time. Whatever the case, the conversation is far from over. Fans are watching closely, not just for drama, but for signs of growth, accountability, and hopefully reconciliation. What's clear is that these women's stories still deeply connect with viewers, not because they're perfect, but because their struggles reflect real, messy human experiences. As new chapters unfold both on screen and off, many hope Christine will choose to embody true sisterhood with honesty, empathy, and the courage to admit when she's wrong. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for daily updates. See you soon.